Simona, thanks very much. Let's bring in Tallha Abdulrazaq. He's a researcher at the University of Exeter's Strategy and Security Institute. He joins us from London. Tallha Abdulrazaq, what's your reading of a second day of violence?
This is just a perpetuation of the, the tit-for-tat violence that we've seen over the past several months. The pro-Iran militia groups that are probably behind this, and I say probably because, it's only them that are capable of moving around so freely in that region. It's just north of Baghdad. It's a highly secure zone, and it's very much controlled by the Iraqi armed forces, of which the Popular Mobilization Forces, these Shia militias, are a part of. So it's very clear to me kind of who is behind this, and it's not going to stop until they get their way. And in that, what they're looking for essentially is for the Americans to leave, as your correspondent just rightly said. They want to make them feel as unwelcome as possible so that they can decide to withdraw and to back out of Iraq. However, that's going to be a tall ask for the United States, because they see Iraq as kind of the poster child for their, the democratic experiment, as it were, in the Middle East. And that's actually failing. And on top of that, they also have a counterterrorism mission to deal with ISIS. The problem being, though, is that the jihadists, the Sunni jihadists of ISIS, are actually being replaced by these Shia jihadists who are fighting within the Popular Mobilization Forces. So essentially, you have a unit of the Iraqi army firing missile barrages at a fellow unit of the Iraqi army. As we heard, 2 Iraqi Air Force personnel were seriously injured, as well as attacking an allied force, which is the US-led coalition against ISIS. So it's a very complicated state of affairs right now, and it's only probably going to get worse and escalate even further.
But what are the chances that they get what they want, i.e. a US forces withdrawal? Because in the run-up to the death of Qasem Soleimani, 2 months ago now, I guess, 8, 9, 10 weeks maybe, US President Donald Trump signaling, I want out of the region. Qasem Soleimani is assassinated, and then the US, the State Department, the Pentagon has to say, actually, yes, OK, we're going to stay in.
I think right now the chances are slim, and I don't think any concrete decisions are going to be made until after the US presidential election this year. No one wants to kind of do any kind of major policy shakeups right now, least of all Donald Trump. He wants to feel secure in office first before he makes any, rash decisions, as it were. I also don't think that they will take the ultimate decision to leave Iraq so soon, because it would look like that they are acquiescing to pressure from the Iranians, and that will obviously harm US prestige. At the end of the day, the entire point of the maximum pressure campaign against the Iranians is to enforce an American point of view, that the Iranians shouldn't be able to develop ballistic missiles, they shouldn't further their nuclear weapons program if they have one, and they should not be interfering in the internal affairs of American allies such as Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and others. So I don't think the Americans are simply going to just pack up and leave. It's not in their interests, and it's not in the interests of their allies, and they earn billions of dollars in arms purchases and defense contracts from these allies. So as I said, I don't think it's likely to happen anytime soon.
Tallha Abdulrazaq, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much.